Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and you are watching Unpledged, Elegy for the Fallen. This is a brand new story experience created by me using the Skyrim engine, but I didn't do this alone. A few months ago, I put together a group of dedicated community members, many of whom have been supporting me and my story since I started almost 7 years ago. Known as the Dark Cabal, these wonderful people have been my sounding board and test subjects for months and have contributed to the experience we are about to have in so many ways. Many of them are here with us tonight, and I want to take a moment to offer my most sincere appreciation for their dedication and support. Over the years, I've tried to push the limits of what is possible in games like Skyrim and Fallout by telling my own stories with custom mods, deep characters, exclusive music, and voice acting. I'm constantly growing as a storyteller, and I'm so grateful that after all these years, you have all come back to share another adventure with me. I appreciate it so much. So much work has gone into the development of the experience that we are about to have together. In fact, the behind-the-scenes playlist for Unpledged contains more than 3 days of continuous content showcasing just a bit of what has gone into the series. For those of you who are new to CouchWarrior, I'd like to say welcome and encourage you to check out the back catalog of stories found here. There's well over 1,000 videos on this channel dating back to January of 2013. That archive is a window into the evolution of this channel and my journey as a storyteller. CouchWarrior stories take place in the world of Skyrim that we all know so well, but my goal has always been to transcend the quests and the stories presented by Bethesda and craft new experience that transform the province. This is a brand new story experience created by me using the Skyrim engine. All right, I think it's time for us to get started. Put the finishing touches on my setup here. So, let's do this. This is the space that Bethesda has built for us that we've come to know. Let's transform it in our own way. This is not a Let's Play. This is not a walkthrough. First and foremost, Unpledged is a story about a troubled and complex man and his journey to find redemption and to quiet the demons that have been the origin of his self-destruction. Thank you for taking the journey with me. Let the story begin.
In some stories, there are no heroes. The darkness of the world is undeniable, but we whitewash our protagonists. Perhaps this is our way of preserving some small hope of salvation for ourselves. A feeble attempt at preservation of an ideal that would have us believe altruism and purity is a possibility, when facts would suggest quite the opposite. Even our espoused heroes are damaged and pathetic souls infected by self-interest and perversity. We simply choose to ignore the reality because it does not align with our insatiable craving for hope. What would happen if a man's secrets were laid bare for all the world to see? Darkness and weakness exposed to the world, the facade of nobility and righteousness broken and tarnished. Is redemption still a possibility for such a soul? When the swords are sheathed and the battlefield lies shrouded in silence, this is when the harrowing battle begins. It is when we close ranks against the forces of guilt and shame that our resolve is truly tested. We hide behind the shield walls of lies that have been a lifetime in the making, and cling to the desperate hope that the line will hold against the onslaught, but our spears are easily broken. In war, victory is uncertain. It is the battle within we must not lose. I am no hero. In life, I was a cruel and manipulative man destroying people for sport. But in death, I am worse. However, this is not my story. It is the tale of a man who took my life, and whose heart is perhaps darker than my own.
Governor General Tullius, I pen this letter to you as my final act in the Imperial High Command. Tomorrow, I begin my life as a civilian and face my retirement with trepidation. What does a career soldier do in her golden years? I fear I will struggle outside the regiment I have called my family all of these years, but the Legion takes its pound of flesh from us all, regardless of rank. I have heard good reports of your progress thus far in the Skyrim conflict, and am confident we appointed the right soldier for the job. Having led cohorts of Nords and provincial armies most of my career, I encourage you to lead with an open mind and listen to your local advisors. Understanding the customs of those you lead will be essential to your success. In my last days in office, I have struggled to do right by the men and women who have served under my leadership throughout the years. writing numerous letters of commendation on their behalf. It is for this reason that I write you this final missive in my official capacity with the High Command. It is both a warning and a plea for mercy. I have sent into your ranks a man you will no doubt know as Legate Caleo. Let it be clear from the start that he has been stripped of all rank and division affiliations. He is nothing more than an auxiliary, and should be afforded the same consideration you would give any mercenary in your legions. You have no doubt heard the grisly stories of the murder of the firstborn son of General Decianus. Although Cassius Decianus was a prominent politician in his own right, it is always his status as the son of a famous general that is emphasized when the gossip runs its course. His death at the hands of Ferrata has made a mess of imperial politics and thrown the High Command into chaos for the last year. As I am sure you are aware, I serve on the High Command shoulder to shoulder with General Decianus, and was forced to spend virtually all of my remaining political capital to bargain for Ferrata's life. I have known Ferrata since he joined my legions at age 16, and have watched him grow as a soldier and commander. He served with distinction in the shield walls of the Red Ring and labored tirelessly in the deserts of Hammerfell. His efforts working side by side with the Red Guard tribesmen in good faith were largely responsible for the goodwill that made the Treaty of Stros-Mackay possible. In recent years, I have taken great pleasure in watching him expertly train the next generation of legionnaires. His story should be a constant reminder that despite how well we believe we might know our soldiers, we can never truly understand the horrors they have seen or the darkness that may lurk in their hearts as a result. I am sure you've heard all manner of gossip, and I refuse to add grist to the rumor mill. It is, however, important that you understand the facts. Legate Ferrata confessed to murdering Cassius Decianus, having caught the impertinent man in bed with his wife of 8 years. Had the city guard not heard the screams, I fear he would have killed his wife as well. According to the incident reports, he was quite out of control and was subdued by a contingent of city militia. As you can imagine, the calls for his execution were loud among the Blue Bloods, but fully half the Imperial Army is made up of Colovian and provincial legionnaires who harbor great loyalty not only to Ferrata, but any enlisted man with the moxie to attain the rank of legate. To preserve his life, and for the sake of continued legion continuity, I placed him in custody, where he has remained for more than a year. I cannot, in good conscience, leave my office with this issue unresolved and Ferrata left to the mercy of General Decianus and his men. I am, therefore, sending him to you, having exiled him from Cyrodiil and stripped him of his rank and affiliations. Use him as you will, but do not, under any circumstances, give him a command. He will be an excellent choice to complete those jobs that others cannot, but his presence will be divisive, and giving him a command, no matter how capable he is, will be a disaster, militarily and politically. Your soldiers of Colovian and provincial background will surely laud his arrival, but the Blue Bloods will likely try to kill him in his sleep. Let it never escape your mind that the scars on his face were not put there by the enemy, but rather by Imperial soldiers who once served with him or were trained by him. Let that be a reminder that Ferrata represents the best and worst this army has to offer. Regardless of your opinions of him, Caleo Ferrata will serve with heart. Use him well and with honor. The Empire owes him that. Ferrata has dedicated his life to the Ruby ranks, but now he has lost everything and is not the same man I once knew. Although I regret the sentiment, Perhaps it would be some small mercy to his tortured soul if he were to meet his end at the point of a spear. For the glory of the Empire, Field Marshal Jonah, Imperial High Command.
Spearman Burnick, you are the last man I expected to see in this hole. Sir? So they put you on dog patrol, I see. Did you lose a bet or something? No, sir. I won. We threw lots for the honor, and I won, glad to say. Is that right? How many of those men would have smuggled in a dagger to finish me in the dark? Oh, no worries, sir. We weeded out the blue bloods a long time ago. Everyone in the game was first rate, sir. That warms my heart, Spearman. Very good, sir. How are the kids, Burnick? Very good, sir. Chinario just turned 3. Has the temperament of a frost troll. He drives me to drink, he does. Oreni is 2 years out of school and still no occupation. If we find a way to stop that dancing, she might be more likely to get a job. 2 years out of school? That cannot be right. Indeed it is. Time escapes me, Spearman. In a place like this, I'm not surprised, sir. You've been on ice for almost 2 years. I don't think there's anyone who wouldn't cut you some slack on that. You'll need to stop calling me Sir, Burnick. You outrank me now. Never happened, sir, and I ain't the only one. Yours is the best command I ever served in. I reckon you'll always be my legate, sir. It's touching, Spearman. But if you get busted down to auxiliary on my account, I will slap you silly. You have mouths to feed. Very good, sir. So talk, Burnick. Sir? Use your mouth and speak your words, soldier. That is what you are here for, so spit it out. Sorry, sir. Spearman Burnick, did you murder in cold blood the scum-sucking politician known as Cassius Decianus? Did you run him through with your weapon, spilling his blood onto the floor? Did you watch the light leave his eyes and laugh as he choked on his own blood? No, sir. Then you have nothing to be sorry for, Spearman. I did those dark things. That was Caleo, not you. There's lots of us who don't see it that way, sir. The man was sleeping with your wife. He was trying to ruin your career. Everyone knows. We don't mind saying it, sir. I worked long and hard to destroy my life, Spearman Burnick. Do not attempt to take from me my own vile accomplishments. My first love was drink. There is very little of my heart left for Decibel. As for the scum-sucking politician, if he had not destroyed my storied career, I would have been sure to do it myself eventually. Spearman, I no longer deserve the loyalty of any soldier. 'Tis the way of the unpledged. You know this. Sorry, sir. I just hate seeing you like this. Like what? Like a man being held to account for his deeds? I do not require your pity, Burnick. I require you to speak. What do you want? It's not what I want, sir. It's what the General wants. There's some things he wants you to do. Ah, I see. What are these things? He wishes you to deal with some traitors, specifically Captain Pelham. Captain Pelham? What problem could he possibly have with the man? I spent a month at sea with him. He is a consummate legionnaire. That's a problem, sir. He's on his way back to the Imperial City. My guess is that Tullius doesn't want him reporting back what he's found here. The General runs this place with an iron fist. Command requires a firm hand, Burnick. No, sir, it's more than that. There are rumors that the General has made alliances with powerful players. People are disappearing, sir. Never to be seen again. What does he want with me, then? He wants the captain dead. He wants you to kill him. He wants to add me to his stable of assassins. I won't give him the satisfaction. Sir, if you don't, he'll leave you to rot in here. If you do this thing, he's promised to put you out in the field. A commission at Camp Argentum. Promised? The promise of a general means nothing to me. Sir, not to be indelicate, but don't you want to die under the sky with your blade in hand? The personal killer of a man whom I do not respect? Who I have never served with? Tullius is a pompous imperial ass-kisser, with no chops for combat or command, and a hatred for the Calovian and provincial in his own ranks. He forgets it was provincial legionnaires that held the line at the Red Ring, and many more Calovians in the 8th who sacrificed to the last man to hold a city that was not even theirs. Calovians like my father. Tell Tullius he can kiss my ass. Sir. Spearman Burnick, have you brought your family with you to this God's forsaken place? Please, Spearman, tell me you did not bring them here. I did, sir. And this job guarding me that you all threw lots for, did the other men in the game also have families? Yes, sir, but that doesn't matter right now. Everything matters, Spearman. Shut your mouth for a moment and picture the landscape of the battlefield before you. Your family resides within the city walls, do they not? Yes, sir. And what do you suppose will happen should I refuse to be the General's dog? Oh. How could I be so stupid? I'm sorry, sir. I really... Burnick, you are a good man with a stout heart. I wish there were more like you, but... You may tell the General I will do this task for him, and let us be done with this. Is there anything I can do for you, sir? Perhaps you could get me some shears and a razor. If it is my destiny to die in this wild corner of the world, I would do it looking like a proper soldier. Yes, sir, I can do that. On account of your status as unpledged, we've prepared your armor as requested. We all chipped in, sir. Tippy had the idea of flipping your shield, so each time you block a blow, you can be reminded of the unit, sir. You know, how things used to be and all that. We've taken good care of your armor. We expected you wouldn't be wanting anything new. That is kind of you, Spearman. I have been wearing the same set of armor for 20 years. I am not changing that now. So, when do I get my blacks then? The General has instructed me to give you your blacks once you've complied with his orders. I'm sorry, sir. All I can do at this point is give you a crossbow and a key to your cell. Of course, I should not be surprised. Sir, it took some doing, but we was able to recover your sword. After the incident, it was locked away as evidence. It took many appeals and an order from Jonah to get it, but we got it, sir. It was a bit damaged, but we had it repaired, good as new, sir. Thank you, Burdick. I am moved by your kindness. All of you. We all did it, sir. You saved our skins so many times in a desert. It was the least we can do. Doesn't seem like enough, if you ask me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the story. Here we are. That was a significant lead up, but we made it. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. We have a really good crowd. I'm very, very pleased to see that. And it is time for us to get this story rolling. So, here's our boy. He is the subject of our story this time around. And his name, of course, is Caleo. So, this is probably as good a time as any to get to know a couple of things about him. There are a few things that were obviously alluded to in the lead up to where we are now. And we're going to talk about all of this stuff at length. There's a couple things that I think are really important to understand. One is the format. So the format of this is going to be part voiced roleplay, part commentary. We'll probably spend most of our time inhabiting the character, but we will also be coming out periodically to just talk about roleplay stuff, to talk about decisions I'm making and why. All right? So that everybody understands, so we're all on the same page. Okay? There's a point of that. As well as there will be times when Caleo will make requests that CouchWarrior do certain things. When those times come, Caleo will say so. And then we will do those things. Because Caleo is in charge. This is his story, after all. All right. So, a couple of words also about this live stream. I am going to be focused primarily on the gameplay, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at the chat. I'm going to glance over periodically, just in case something is going on, okay? But for the most part, I kind of have to stay with it on the character, all right? Pay attention to what's going on. So as you'll notice, we also have quite a few people that I trust as moderators in the chat tonight. I'm kind of trusting in them to take care of things so that I can focus on the gameplay. And then the plan is that for those of you who are attending tonight, obviously you will see this as it's created. My plan is to format and roll out the recording of this in 2 chunks. My plan is to try to roll those out by Friday. In the middle of this live stream, we will be taking a short break. And when I split up the recordings, I'll be splitting them at that break point. So those of you who are watching the recorded versions of this will get basically 2 episodes per live stream that will be roughly an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half long. It just kind of depends on how long we go. Now, the intent is that I will be live streaming every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central until 10 p.m. Central Time. However, I do like to stop at good points. I don't like to leave things off in the middle of battles or conflicts or major plot points, things like that. So there are some times when we may go longer, sometimes when we may go shorter. It just depends on what I think is best for the continuity of the story at the moment that we're playing. Okay, so with all that housekeeping out of the way, we've got some things to do. First of all, Caleo has been given a task. We've got no armor. We've got nothing except a crossbow and some bolts. And our task is that we have to eliminate the captain or the commanding officer of the ship that we came here on. That was an order that was given to us by General Tullius through Spearman Burnick. So we are going to carry out those orders.
With the storm cloaks. You Imperial dogs will never break my...
All right, let's see what time it is. Okay, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, if we want to get this done, this may be the best time. So let's get to it. Now,
heard they're reforming the Dawn.
some important things to keep in mind.
Might consider joining up myself.
Solitude is a complicated place, right? We've got the existing government.
Set off that junk in bits and pieces.
And then we've got an overlay of Tullius and his legion on top of that. Caleo is a smart enough guy to know that some of the problems that we're likely to have here in Solitude are power struggles. We've got the Blue Palace on one end of the city and Castle Dower on the other, and each one represents potentially competing seats of power.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
So Caleo is getting kind of sucked into this, I guess, unseen conflict. It's a conflict that's probably bubbling below the surface of the city, right? Now, one of the problems we have with that scenario is we really don't know what, if any, city guards have been bought off by the Imperials here, by Tullius in particular. So we're going to try to do this as discreetly as we possibly can.
right. It has been some time since I've taken a shot at this distance. Gods, I've been in prison for a year and a half. I'm a bit rusty to make this count. This is probably the best spot. Stay out of the light. There's our man right there, standing on deck. Can we hit him from here? All right, Caleo. Let it go. I did it. It's done. Shit, I think I've been spotted. Shit. There must be a safe way back in. I cannot go back in with the guards on my heels. That would be bad. Caleo is going to make me jump through all these hoops. I can tell. This water is freezing.
What was that? Over here!
No problem. I think we retreat. There must be another way in. Must get back to my cell. Come on. Ah. It's a lighthouse. Let's see if we can get around.
I thought it was finally going to be quiet.
Shit. I am in trouble of all kinds here. I got the job done. The problem is, Caleo is not going to get me out of this hawk. That is exactly why I can be his stool pigeon. Oh shit, look at you. Okay, come on. Back in we go.
Alright, so Caleo is starting out our adventure at level 10.
Come on, there's got to be a way to get in here.
Essentially, he's being sort of muscled into doing these things out of a sense of obligation to his men.
It's freezing. Don't mind me. Is this accessible? No, it is not. Shit. Don't do it. This pile is getting deeper all the time. I'll take that. Ah, look at this.
Could be worse. I'm starving. I am sorry, my friend. I don't have much of a choice here. I am stuck between the city guards and this madman, Tullius. Can I take quickly? These weapons. Oh, shit. Dead. Rex. Rex is next to useless. Is it all empty? Oh, that's too bad. We'll take a breather. Okay, come on. Must get back on familiar territory. Let's do this. All right. Supposed to do? Now it's daylight. This is bad. If I do not return in a timely fashion, Tullius will think I have filched on the deal. Sorry, my friend. Ah, shit. This is a bed. Good at this sort of thing. Shit. That is no longer an option. Okay. There must be another way. Go. I can't simply go traipsing in the front door. That would not be good. And I can't stay overnight at the crime scene either. So let's find a place to camp out until nightfall. And hopefully Tullius will not get the wrong idea. At this point, I can't afford to filch on our deal. It is not just me. It is my men and their families that are at stake here. So if it were just me, that would be fine. Caleo is going to die anyways. What is the point? I wonder if there was a mountain approach to the city. That would be nice. Alright. Well, perhaps the best I can do is go into that cave down there and ride it out. I truly regret killing that lighthouse keeper. He was doing his job. However, so was I. There's not much to be done for it.
This appears to be another entrance into the city. Perhaps. What is this? Well, that is somewhat useful. Okay. Okay, we'll try this way. Shit. Oh man, this does not look good. Filthy creatures. All right, beaches. Ah, this bite is festering already. I can feel it. Don't even think about it. Place is a maze.
Did you hear something?
Shit. Back we go. Back we go. I could surely use some armor here.
I'm sure I heard something.
CouchWarrior. Can you not console me in some armor?
I'm sorry, that's not how this works.
Sure. You are an asshole, you know that.
I know, but this is your story, right? I mean, it's got to be tough.
But are you saying my story isn't tough enough?
It's not what I'm saying.
Ah, disengage. Say. Here we go.
Holy, just hand over the gold.
What was that?
Oh shit. Come on, Caleo. Finish this freaking mage. Come on. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's see. This seems better than what I have, so let's take it. Wooden club. I suppose this is not bad.
Look like he's stinking local here. Which way? Damn it. Come on. Go. Okay. Everyone take a deep breath. Ah, we'll take that. Iron sword. It is a shit weapon, but it is a sword. This is exhausting. This is a lot of freaking work to get back into the city. Especially the place where they're holding me prisoner. You must be a complete fool. You.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get out of here?
You lost?
Exactly. The man is drunk. Dog. Oh. Hello.
It's best you leave me be.
Listen,
Yes?
I need to get out of here. Here, take this.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Yes, of course. Do you know the way out? Shit. Nose. Ah, look at this. Where's this go? Oh, it is locked. Finally, a way out, and it is locked. I can't get in there. Okay. There were more options this way. Oh, these skeevers. Come on. Are you dead? Okay. I am switching. This weapon is unwieldy.
this? Let us have a look. Oh shit. This is a house of the dead. I don't dare go out in the daylight. I don't even know where I am at this point. Okay. Perhaps there's another way out. Kill any man leaving orders there. Where is this? All right, let's check it. Okay, ever upwards. Upwards is the way we need to go. Upwards. Always upwards. More doors. Wait, did you hear that? Hang on. Shit. The last thing I want to do is kill anyone else. All right, we will wait down here. All right, well, this is a depressing place to kill time. Please. Very well. Mighty Hunding. I've gotten myself into some shit this time. I wonder where this other door goes. Yeah. All right. We'll take a look. Oh shit. This is a bit public. But I see where it goes. I am so close to the castle. Okay, this could be a good route.
Get your fresh.
Alright, back into hiding before things get out of hand. suppose we just ride it out here. Let's see. Never thought I would crave my prison cell. Alright, let us try this shit again. Now, to be safe, I suspect I should get rid of some things here. I am taking my chances. Okay. Do I go in with the things I have, or do I stash them? All right. Don't wish to tempt fate. I am keeping the armor, however. Back we go. If I take things in, he will just take them away. That is the problem with being unpledged or simplici. You are only able to wear the blacks, nothing else.
You really thought you could get away with it?
Oh, shit. Let us take it off the street. Is he not coming in? Alright, they are going to barricade that door. But there is another way out. We know this already. There is no point in making the job easier for them. Alright, I don't care who's in here this time. We just need to blast through. Alright. Hello. Good day to you. Never mind me, it's as if I was never here. Okay.
Don't get any bright ideas.
Oh, shit.
I wouldn't be finally going to be a quiet day.
By order of the Yard. Stop right
Ah. What, I am in custody. Where are you going to take me? To the jail? That's where I live anyway. Alright, take me to jail. See if I
there. A
can.
stretch in the Castle Dower dungeon will straighten you right out.
Oh, sure it will. Ah, I get a shirt this time. That's nice. Psst. Barnick. Shh, hey.
The Stormcloaks. You Imperial dogs
Barnick.
will never break my will. Never.
Where is the man?
sons of horkers.
Starting to feel like shit, by the way. Psst! Barnick! This must be the local cell, eh? Alright. Serve my time. That's what I do anyway. Back in we go. I'm going. Sorry, I thought I had been paroled. I guess not. And they took away my shirt. Hey, Barnick, some help you were.
I see. Imperial dogs will never break my will. Never.
The Emperor's
Is this really how it is to be? Me living in here with you sitting around watching my every move? That's exactly how it's gonna be, sir, until I hear otherwise. Very well. Do you have a key? Is it possible to open this? Well, I do have a key, in fact. Alright. Try it now. I'm sorry. Your key is broken. Well, let me try it again. Try it here. Unlock. Can we unlock it? Who's unlocking that door?
Burglars and vampires creep around in the dark.
There you go, sir. Enjoy your stay. You're a very funny man, Barnick. Well, it has been a most unusual day. Sir, are you drinking in here? No, Barnick, I am not drinking in here. Of course not. Where would I get such a thing? Alright, sir. I'm just supposed to check. Not that I care, one way or another. You should probably get some sleep. You got another job tomorrow.
I stand with the Stormcloaks. Imperial dogs will never break my will. Never.
Alright, we're gonna do 6 hours. So we completed that, kind of by the skin of our teeth. Alright. So let us go with... We're gonna level heavy armor and block.
Alright, Barnick, you understand how strange this situation is, me coming and going from the cell, right? You get that, yes? Well, sir, it's really not lost on me, I got to tell you that. So, your next job is you got to go root out a fort. Once you do that, you got to report back to Legate Rika. Is that the fact? Right, you tell me where this fort is, and it is good as done.
I stand with the Stormcloaks.
Well, that's good.
You Imperial dogs will
They're gonna like that. You get it done,
never.
they'll be happy, maybe they'll let you go. Spearman Barnick, no one intends to let me go. We all know this. Well, maybe you could get out into the world, sir. See a few
reforming
things.
the Dawn Guard. In the old fort near Riften.
Stuff like Taking a crap in the woods to make a man feel truly free, eh?
Bernick. Given the choice, Bernick, I would shit in your bed. But, since you don't seem to have one, I will do this task. And I expect the razor and the shears when I come back. Sure thing, sir. I'll get right on that.
Mind yourself in my city, friend. This here axe in full swing is a right terrible sight.
I don't buy fancy clothes, but you look like you might. I hear Radiant Raiments has a large selection.
Is that a joke, soldier? Because it's not funny.
If it's arms or armor you need, see Bay Random.
Oh, shut up. All right, we take inventory. Well, that is it. Not much inventory. Hey everyone, there's never been a better time to support CouchWarrior on Patreon. We have a bunch of exciting contribution levels and rewards for you to check out, and I'm very excited to roll out even more very soon. The benefits include private live streams, original artwork, more than 70 hours of behind-the-scenes content, and even custom Patreon-only mods that will be rolled out in October. You can start for just $1 a month, or access all the great content for the cost of 3 lattes per month. To get involved, check out the campaign at patreon.charactercrusade.com. We'll be right back.
Well, this is a fine state I find myself in. However, I did it to myself. It would be easy to run, but it wouldn't be the right thing to do. So, we don't. However,
What is it?
I have
Dragons?
to figure out how to take back an entire fortress by myself with no armor. This could be a problem. So, let me think. I'm going to have to get some gear somewhere. That will be the first order of business. What is happening? Imperial soldiers. There is a battle. Ah, look at this. These soldiers are mopping something up here.
How'd you end up here?
My
Okay.
father was a legionnaire. His before
Let's go
him.
this way.
Guess I never considered doing anything else.
Let's see if we can tell what's going on down there. Shit. It sounds like artillery. Gods. I think they are attacking a Stormcloak camp. Ah, this could be what we needed, eh? Right. Look at this. Okay. I do not wish to run afoul of anyone here. This seems risky. What's that? Shit, it's a Stormcloak. I do not wish to get into the middle of this. I just want to steal something. Okay. Alright, we will have to take our chances. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Hello there. Listen. I'm a little bit down on my luck. Do you mind if I look around a bit? I swear I will not loot your comrades. I just
If you
need...
know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim,
Ah.
tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulf.
Shit! Oh. What was that? Is she dead? Quickly, I will take what I can. I have take this. These shortages. Broadsword. This is what I need. Okay, this is not safe here. Get out of this place. I cannot put this gear on in this place. It's probably crawling with stormcloaks. Okay, let's get out of this way. They're wounded. Okay, come on. We'll take the expedient route out of here. There. Let's try this way. Staying away from civilization seems like a good thing for Caleo to do at this time. Don't want to press my luck. Taking an Imperial uniform is not ideal. If I get caught in an Imperial set of armor, they will kill me on the spot. I have been lucky enough to avoid execution up to now, but luck will run out quickly enough. Okay, what is the safe route here? Back to the road. I am not familiar with Skyrim. I need to follow the roads or I will get lost. Where does this lead? This way. Come on. Okay. Don't mess with me, puppy. Yes. Stay put. All right, we clear out of here. This is a fairly good turn of events, but if I find myself in mixed company, I will be in very big trouble. So... starving, apparently. Okay, it is getting cold. I should change. Alright, this is more like it. Alright, this will do. Alright. Problem 1 is solved for the time being. Now, problem 2. I take back a fort filled with bandits on my own. That is a significant problem, I think. chest plate is a bit tight. Getting my legs back, but it is going to take some time. I have been rotting in a cell for a year and a half at least. Is everything all right? All right, you go about your business then. To play this smart. All right. We find ourselves a perch up here. And then we start the work. All right, CouchWarrior. Yeah. Now, we are in this together, right? Well, yeah, of course. F5, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, sure. That's a good idea. Of course it's a good idea. That's why I was in command for so many years. Right, this is done. Let's get up higher. Now, if I were a man who took bets, and I used to be, upon receiving a volley of bolts, I would send in my mages. See if we can turn that man around. There is chaos in here now. Just wait. Oh, there's a lot of them. This is going to be extremely difficult. Alright, there is one in front of the wall. There is one to the left, one above the gate. Come on, get in there. Alright, now it gets messy. Come on. Come on. Archers.
Can't wait to count out
The
your
bane
coin.
of my existence. Right, another one
Gonna
down.
Split your belly like an old woman's purse.
Come on. There it is. Ah, he's an Imperial deserter. Okay, quickly. not wish to get flanked here.
Right, let's see if we can draw some fire.
There you go. Beat feet, you bitch.
They are on the run, but not for long.
Gonna rip you open!
You'll be so much easier to move when you're dead!
This guy is tough. All right. Who else speeches? What does he have? It's gold. Ah, that would explain that. Oh. I took one to the ribs there. It felt good and bad all at once. Let's see. Ring mail. This armor is what? The boots is better than mine. However, I can't keep anything anyways. Here we go. Ah. That skeever bite is getting infected. I can feel it. It's dragging me down. Come on. Ah. Come on. Is that the best you can do? Bring it. Oh, well done. Okay.
Who else? Getting exhausted. More archers. Clear that gap, but I'm running out of steam. Oh shit, there's two.
You must die today, huh? Got your back, huh?
Shit, I got flanked.
You'll be so much easier to rob when you're
Okay, let's give them one line of attack, that's it. That's all you get. Whew, I let myself get flanked, that was bad. These archers. Ah! Stand still. Of course, I'm not standing still either, so... Ah, they're coming down. They're getting impatient. This standoff is a pain.
I'll have your head.
Yes, you will have my head, as I say. To trust my armor to take some shots. Come on. Gotcha. Okay. Shit, is that it? I think perhaps I could stash this stuff somewhere. Right? These boots. Who knows if after this is over they will hold to their word and give me my armor back. Mead. I will try that.
Can't hide from me.
Oh, there is more.
You'll be so much easier to rob when you're dead.
scuba. Why am I not surprised? I'm beginning to think this whole thing was a suicide mission. Simply a quick and expedient way of getting rid of Caleo. That's what it is. Right. We are halfway there. Now we must take the interior. My bones are aching. All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Never should have come here.
Okay. Shields up. Ah. Yes, I am down here. Better send in your vermin, huh? Come on.
That's your best, huh? No more. I yield.
I am sorry. Yielding were not part of my orders. Accepting that is. Let's see. This armor, looks like a garbage, but I don't know. This weapon, however, let's take that. What have you got? Mostly garbage. I see you there, vermin. Come on. Okay. I must take what food I can. There is no guarantee that Spearman Burnick won't forget to feed the prisoners. Clearly, the man is a loyal soldier and you know, good for his word, but I think he lacks in intelligence. All right, let's see if I can do this. All right. Shit. I was close there. That way. Very close indeed. Oh shit. About here. It's the most delicate operation. All right. I am exhausted, but rule number 1 is you finish the engagement once you have started it. You do not stop. Because the enemy does not stop. In we go.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Dispatched.
Still can.
Right. So, how many friends do you have in here? I wonder. Steel blade, not bad. But this ale... that is more tempting. Alto wine. Finally something worth drinking.
I guess I was just hearing things. What was that?
Ah! Let's get her up into the open. So Caleo can maneuver.
You start.
All right. Iron. A steel ingot. That could be handy. All right. Here. Lanterns, axes. The business of war can be exhausting at times. Bread. That is far superior to gruel. Right, I think this task is done. Now, if the legate is true to her word, I will get my blacks. And I can move on to Camp Argentum. It would be nice. Fresh air. Stretching of the legs. is no doubt that Caleo could use some fresh air. Alright, goodbye. Is there anything else I can take from here that might help me? I don't think so. I can't keep it. You know what I could go for right now is a good cigar. Nice and fragrant. That would be good. All right. And it is back to my rooms. One more quick look at these beaches. Make sure there is nothing else I need here. Not really. Are you cheating me? Buzz off. Shit! Foul creatures. The facts are these. In effect, I have been sentenced to die. I know this. When the Imperial Army makes you unpledged, you are as good as dead. You take the battlefield like everyone else, but you have no one to watch your back. No one to help you out in a fight. You are lost between the ranks. You have no friends, and even those who might remain loyal to you are powerless to help. They themselves face the threat of excommunication, even execution, for helping the Simplici. So, I am well and truly on my own, but still in the service of the Emperor. Which is a terrible situation to find yourself, that is. So, if I am to die, then what does a man do? A man tends to his obligations. And my obligations at this time are to my daughter. And to my wife, Tisibel. Never again shall I see any of them, but If I can stay alive long enough to send money home in great quantities, I will have died for a reason. So, I must do whatever it takes. I must stay alive. That is the most important thing right now. Staying alive. Shit, I'm a bit conspicuous in this armor. An Imperial soldier on his own walks into trouble like this. Are we going to mix it up or what? I am going to pass by. We are sheathing our weapons. All right. Okay, come on. Here we go. Everything must go for now. We will start over. Okay. I suppose I could put my boots on at least. They seem to be okay with me having those. The guards seem to have a bone to pick with that man. I am staying out of it. The world is a cruel place, that is for sure.
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale at fair prices.
I fear the night.
Need something?
This is a party. Did I miss the party?
Spiced wine for the winking skeever.
It must be a holiday, huh?
Just a bottle for me today.
How nice for you
the
all.
wrong way, but you look at us.
Yes, I know. I am sick. I have an infection.
True, I may look the part of dashing swordsman.
You hear that? I swear there's something
Out
out.
with it.
Okay. I have to do something about this illness before it gets worse. But we fight our way through everything.
Tell me again why I'm wasting men chasing after a fairy tale.
If Ulfric gets his hand on that crown, it won't be a fairy tale. It'll be a problem.
If you need
Don't you Nords
head over
put
to
any stock
Angeline's
in
aromatics.
traditions? I thought the Moot chose the king. We're backing Elisif. When the Moot meets, they'll do the sensible thing.
Not everyone's agreed to the moot. You've been here long enough to know that Nords aren't always sensible. We follow our hearts.
So what? Ulfric gets this crown and then suddenly he's High King?
No, it's not as simple as that. But the jagged crown would be a potent symbol for his cause to rally around. Welcome back, soldier. I'm glad you made it in one piece. I'll
Sure
send
you
men
are.
to garrison the fort right away. You did well. I'm impressed. But before we go any further, it's time for you to officially join the Legion. Speak with General Tullius. He'll administer the oath.
In joining the Legion, you'll be taking an oath binding you to the service of the Emperor, and thus to every citizen of the Empire.
Oh, this is rich. You know damn well I took this oath 30 years ago.
Ulfric will want to take... Changed your mind? Decided you wanted to soldier for the Empire after all.
Yes, I get your point. I am an auxiliary, I know this. You do not have to rub it in. I will take your oath. It is a joke.
Well then, repeat after me. Upon my honor, I do swear undying loyalty to the Emperor, Titus Mede II.
Upon my honor, I do swear undying loyalty to the Emperor, Titus Mede II.
And unwavering obedience to the officers of his great empire.
And unwavering obedience to the officers of his great empire.
May those above judge me, and those below take me, if I fail in my duty.
This sounds like your own private version of the oath. May those above judge me, and those below take me if I fail in my duty.
Long live the Emperor, long live the Empire.
Long live the Emperor. Long live the Empire.
Welcome to the Imperial Legion, soldier. Just remember, we take care of our own. Once you're in the Legion, you're in it for life.
Don't I know
Speak
it?
to Behrend. He's normally out by the forge. He'll get you outfitted. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Legate Ricka has a special assignment for you.
Oh, of course.
No, it's not as simple as that. But the jagged crown would be a potent symbol for his cause to rally around. But if we found it first...
And we gave it to Elisif.
In the absence of the moot, it would further legitimize her claim. Welcome to the Legion, Auxiliary. Listen up.
I'm entrusting you with what resources I can spare. But I'm warning you, if this turns out to be a waste
Welcome
of
to the
time
Legion,
and
Auxiliary. Listen up. Ulfric's right-hand man, Galmar Stonefist, has located what he believes is the final resting place of the Jagged Crown. We're going to make sure he doesn't get his hands on it. The rest of my men are already assembling outside Corvinjune. I'll meet you there as soon as I finish up here.
All right. Until then, I will report as ordered to Camp Argentum.
It won't be a waste.
Make sure you take the auxiliary here.
He likes
Sell off that junk.
to rub it in.
Stonefist's no fool. He's found the crown. But we'll get to it first.
New orders for the soldiers, Leggett.
It is quite possible that I have punched as many Imperial soldiers as I have saluted.
Best defense is a good defense, am I right?
That's right.
I stand with the Stormcloaks.
The Stali
You
is...
Imperial dogs will never break my will.
He is on my list.
Never.
And Barnick is going to be on my list too if he doesn't have my shears and razor.
You won't get anything out of me, you filthy sons of horkers.
Would somebody let
Hear
this
that?
woman out
I
already?
swear there's something out there. In the dark.
Barnick! You shit. Where did he go? Well, I hope he didn't get busted down to auxiliary too. Regardless.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to outfit the guy here. We also got a level that we can go up. So we are nearing the end of the first episode of Unpledged. And this is where we get to have some fun with the transformation. All right? So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to cut the hair and shave so that he can look like a proper soldier, as he would say. There we go. Ah, that is nice. Now, what we do is we just cut off this business. This is what I call high and tight. Right, that is more like it. Now we're gonna go gear him up.
Only burglars and vampires creep around after dark. So which are you?
It is quite possible I will punch that man later. It will be good to have a commission. A soldier without a mission is lost. I have been lost for a very long time. So... now we gear up.
Alright. So, we're gonna do this. Let me think here. Okay. So we're gonna start. All right. Now, while we're at this, I would like to give a shout out to Bayofish. I don't know if you're still in the chat or if you've left, but you'll see Balefish listed in the credits. Balefish has helped me out a lot with custom armor. We worked together to create this armor, and I'm pretty freaking excited about it. So these are the blacks. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, what else do we need? Well, let's keep this going. Trying to remember the name of this. Cover the sword. Okay. Next thing we need is our shield. Got that. So coming out of here, basically he's going to have his blacks, which are his armor and shield. He's going to have the sword that was repaired by his men and returned to him. Plus he's going to have the Imperial issue bolts and crossbow. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to take Caleo's helmet and we're going to set that up. All right. That's basically it. He's off and running now. So the next objective is we have to report to Camp Argentum. And that is a long haul. That's going to be a fair amount of overland travel. And Skyrim is a deadly serious place right now. So I'm going to have to be very careful. But there's a couple other things we can take care of before we leave the city.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
So we've got a little bit of time left here before our evening comes to a close. So we are going to take a short break, and then we'll come back, and we will wrap up episode 1 of Unpledged. need a stiff drink.
The Emperor's cousin Victoria Vici is getting married soon.
The Emperor's cousin. Who gives a shit?
Need something?
What the rebels like to forget is that the Empire is what's keeping the Dominion out of Skyrim.
Are you feeling sick?
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
Yes? Huh?
What have you got for sale?
Let's sate
Something
that
nice.
appetite, hmm?
Come on, or I'll take that. Firebrand wine. Alright, it is cheap. And we'll take all of that.
Yeah.
Yes?
This is the sort of tavern I look for. It is out of the way. Nobody bothers you. It smells of fish, but that's fine. I guess now it is time to drink. At some point, I'm going to have to get some sleep. It was nice sharing an evening with you all. Good day, Beaches.
Are you feeling sick?
Yes, we talked about this. Auxiliary. Wait a minute. First things first.
Stay alert.
At this point, I probably have more in common with the Stormcloaks than these
They're
legionnaires.
reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire.
You're like me.
No lollygagging.
Make it quick. Need something?
Yes. I wish to set up an Imperial Mail account, please.
Excellent. I think you'll be glad you made this decision.
All right. Thank
Need something? Make it quick.
I need to make a deposit.
Of course.
Let's see. Right, I have accumulated some riches to this point. You had better make sure this gets safely to the Imperial City.
Speak quickly.
If Isabel does not get it, I will wring your neck.
Yes?
Those tendrils bind our reality together.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say?
Yeah. Listen, I have enough problems as it is.
That's what everybody says. Right up until they find their throat being ripped out by a pack of hungry vampires.
Sure.
Let me guess.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to make the best of it. I will do it for what is left of my family. I will do it for my daughter. And if I expire in the process, then it is what the gods willed for me. And that I will accept.
A big shout out to the generous supporters of CouchWarrior. Unpledged produces no YouTube royalties for CouchWarrior TV, so the channel is 100% reliant on your donations. To get involved, check out the Patreon campaign and the rewards it offers at patreon.charactercrusade.com. Make sure you don't miss a single episode of Unpledged. Subscribe to the channel and make sure to ring the bell for alerts. You can also find additional information by following me on Twitter at CharacterWonk and by joining our amazing community of storytellers at discord.charactercrusade.com. Finally, make sure to check out my website for resources, schedules, and contact information by going to couchwarrior.tv. I'm always happy to hear from viewers. Thank you all for joining me on the adventure and for supporting my continuing mission to bring story to the world. I'll see you next week.